Is two credit reports better than one when it comes to your mortgage? Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. It's Today in Mortgages. I got Rich Jefferson back here with me today. Rich, thanks for joining me. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. What's happening?
Hey, living the dream over here, trying to make it work. But we got an article that I want to ask you about today because I think you might have a hot take. And I'm going to read this article title. It's a mouthful. You ready, Rich?
Yeah, bring it.
Okay, here goes. Title of this article is Mortgages Could Ultimately Become More Expensive. A federal housing finance agency change could result in millions of Americans becoming ineligible for a mortgage, credit agency says. That's a big one. I think someone needs to run that through Chat GPT to shorten it up a little bit, but it might not be the only thing wrong with this article, and we're going to talk about that here. So, Rich, before we get into whether this is good, bad, ugly, tell me what this proposed change would do, what's going on now, and what it would become.
Well, the FHFA is trying to find a way to kind of change the credit system and how we use credit reports. And one of the main things, actually, there were plans to get it rolled out last year, but it's been kicked down the road and kicked down the road because it's kind of a challenge. So what they want to do is go from 3 bureaus, which almost for those that don't know, for borrowers that might be seeing this, so we're taking a credit report, a tri-merge, all 3 bureaus, and we always use the mid score, right? Because you might have something reporting to one that's bringing that score down, which might be old data that's still reporting. And then you might have a high score, which maybe some items are not reporting to. So we always just take the middle score, that is, but we account for everything on the credit report. What people don't understand is that the FHFA is trying to change the system. And when they say change the system, what they want to do is go from 3 credit bureaus being used to a bi-merge. So a tri-merge to a bi-merge where only 2 credit bureaus are being used. Services, so that'd be Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Those are the 3. Well, this is written by TransUnion. So are they going to be the ones that are chosen? I don't know.
So, Rich, now that we've established what's going on, what the FHFA is trying to do in this law change, tell us the perspective of this article, and then I want to hear your perspective after that.
Well, the perspective of the article is suggesting that you're going to leave more borrowers, home buyers out, because if you're only going to use 2 of the bureaus, not every creditor reports to all 3 bureaus. They may, because it costs a creditor to report your pay history to the credit bureaus. So they may only choose one. And if that one is reporting to a bureau that we might not be using because we're only using 2 instead of 3, then the score is likely going to be worse. And the offer that we're going to have to make to a borrower on a 2 bi-merge credit report without the bigger score showing, that wouldn't be used. Therefore, they're suggesting that they would get higher rates, higher fees, and so forth.
Okay, so that's what the article is suggesting.
Right.
It feels like it's coming heavily from one of those credit reporters. Tell us what you think about this. I'm interested to know.
I think the costs for credit reports are outrageous, and they're going up like crazy. I mean, the average cost for a credit report for two buyers to a home, so you've got 2 borrowers on a loan. That's well over $100 for credit report fee, and these are lenders are not allowed to charge you some inflated credit report fee. By law, it's a pass through, so whatever we pay for it, the borrowers pay for it on the closing statement. So those fees are outrageous. Just in the last year, they've gone up 400% or more, and likely to go up more going forward. So that's one of the issues that the FHFA is considering. The cost of these bureaus are so expensive that let's use 2 instead of 3, therefore cutting a piece of it out, so of the cost. So that's part of it. But listen, as a lender, we like 3 to choose from. We really do, because they can help lift the middle score. So that's what we want. When you see only 2, then you're limited.
Yeah, that's super interesting to know because I guess if we have two, then do we have the ability to average those scores together, or we have to pick one or the other?
The low.
We
Right
have to pick.
now, it's the low score of the two.
Gotcha. And so, Rich, when we're reading this, we have to read this with the idea that, some of this is coming from maybe some language that is used by lobbyists to talk to these reporters or talk to whoever's writing this article. But also, there is a grain of truth in it that it could be problematic for scores that are incomplete for certain borrowers. But on the flip side, we got those fees that are kind of going through the roof because there is kind of a three-way monopoly on this, and borrowers and lenders have to pay for these credit scores to issue loans. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're forced to pay these fees. We don't have a choice.
Yeah,
And
and so
we're
what they're
forced to, we've got to pass them on. In fact, many lenders are now charging borrowers upfront for that credit report fee. And the FHFA is trying to put some relief on that and saying, oh, well, instead of 3 bureaus, we're going to go for a buy merge, hopefully to save the borrower, the lenders, and everybody money. But the TransUnion is suggesting, I don't know if they're suggesting they're going to be on the outs and not part of the buy merge, but they're suggesting that this could really hurt home buyers in the future.
So it's always important to look at these types of things from both perspectives to understand what's really going on. Thanks, Rich, for making us smart on that. I think it is invaluable, the perspective that you bring. And so if you guys are interested in knowing more about the perspective that Rich brings inside the network at Network Funding to our loan officers every day through his coaching and training, click on the Grow link below, and we'll show you all about what it looks like to be part of the best network in mortgages. Hey, thanks so much, Rich, for telling us again about this. Anything else you want to say on this issue?
Always take care of your credit. If you're a borrower watching this, make your payments on time. That's it. Then your scores are up and you've got the best rates and opportunities to purchase a home ever.
I guess if every agency is reporting really high numbers for you, this doesn't necessarily apply to you. So take care of your credit out there. And for all you mortgage and real estate professionals out there, this provides you an opportunity to coach your borrowers and buyers through how they can do that. So, Rich, thanks so much for joining us today. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching and listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and/or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.